Jeremy and I started the trip on July the 3rd, 2013, going to Glacier Park. This is Jeremy's favorite national park. And here's where we stayed at Glacier Highlands Resort. It's actually a 10-room mom and pop operation. Notice the carved bear there. I love the bears. And we had a favorite eating place right there. Glacier Highlands has its own cafe. It's a little restaurant right below. Right across the street is the Amtrak railroad station where the Empire Builder comes from Chicago and Seattle. And notice more carvings of bears around the resort. They call it a resort. And then we drove on to Lake McDonald. We got the lake there in the afternoon. And we drove up to Lake McDonald and saw a dog, a Northern California couple, and Lake McDonald was beautiful. It's 2 miles long. It's a glacier-fed lake. We drove on up to near Going to the Sun Highway, and we went through the tunnels. Got all kinds of tunnel shots here. There are two tunnels that going to the Sun Road, but there are pieces of art. They were created by the guys in the 1920s and 1930s who built the road, heroes. And here we are at, this is Bird Woman Falls. Bird Woman Falls is probably one of the most famous scenes in Glacier National Park. And we're winding on up the road. This is not for the faint of heart to drive on that road. But you see where the glacier feeds Bird Woman Falls. Here are falls that come across the highway. Call it a highway, but it's really just a road that's open 3 months of the year. And this is Weeping Wall. It's a famous scene on Going to the Sun Road. You can get your car washed if you're coming from the other direction, or you can step out of the car and take a shower. I don't think anybody does that. It's glacier water. Anyway, I like to catch scenes of the cars coming from the other way. And we came from the other way. We had the sunroof open, got wet inside. But the water comes right off the glaciers, so that's ice cold. Imagine what winter is like. 9 months of the year it is winter up on Going to the Sun Road, and 9 months of the year it's not open. 40 men work full-time from May till the last part of June to get it open. Anyway, here's more of the Going to the Sun Road, going by Weeping Wall. Coming from the other direction, it was late in the afternoon. And we got wet. This is Haystack Falls. I was corrected on that. I thought it was Table Falls, but it's Haystack Falls. Going to the Sun Road. It's marvelous how they built that. I don't see how they did it almost 100 years ago. See the little road up next to the mountain? And look at the arches there. That's amazing artwork, craft work. I don't see how they did it. And here we are, and the red buses were up there. Lots of red buses. And this is a visitor center at Logan's Pass. We finally were able to get to Logan's Pass this year after trying 3 different years. Logan's Peak is right behind it. And Hidden Lake, the trail to Hidden Lake, except for we couldn't make it. There's too much ice and snow, so I don't have enough balance to walk on ice and snow. I trip and fall. But Jeremy made it part of the way, see. Anyway, the flowers were blooming right up to the glaciers, the ice sheets, ice packs. I don't know what else you would call them. They're not actually glaciers if they're under 25 acres. And here we are. Bighorn sheep right there in the parking lot at the visitor center. Can you see the mountain goat on top of the mountain there on the ledge? You have to look very carefully. Here are more mountain goat pictures. I put them all together. We saw lots of mountain goats. and they were posing very nice for us. They're egotists or narcissists. They like to have their picture taken on top of the wall there. Here I am, young goat and old goat. I'm the old goat, I guess. Can't get the words out. More of the goat pictures, different days. Oh, here's the goat. And look at the mountain carved into the road, into the mountain. The road carved into the mountain. I'm going to get my words twisted here, okay? But that is a beautiful work that was done in the 1920s and 30s. Great American men, construction crews. They didn't have the equipment we have today, and yet they did that kind of work. Now we're back at Lake McDonald, and you can see the mountains in the distance. Lake McDonald is glacier fed. It's 10 miles long. Now we're at the Trail of Cedars, and that's the creek that comes off of Avalanche Lake, Avalanche Glacier. Jeremy says it's another name for a creek, but I don't know what it is. There's Jeremy by the creek. It's ice cold water, very crystal clear. Look at my T-shirt. Now I didn't know what it said. Send more tourists. They're delicious. I had that on all day. I didn't even know what it said until tourists kept on commenting how they like my shirt. Jeremy bought me this shirt and I just put it on, not even thinking what it said on the back, and people were laughing. But here we are at Avalanche Lake, and a little boy is there. Avalanche Lake is something to behold. 7 waterfalls pour into the lake from the glaciers above. It's just something out of this world. You wouldn't even. It's hard to believe that it's that beautiful. It is, though. And the water is so crystal clear. But and then more. Here's a red bus full of tourists. I'd like to ride that someday. And more of the mountain scenes. Going to the Sun Road. You see so much on that road. There's Logan Pass. Going to the Sun Road is going up to Logan Pass and to Logan Peak. And here are the red buses parked at the visitor center at Logan Pass. Look how crystal clear the water is. You can see the rocks. This is on the eastern slope of Glacier National Park. And this is Grimmel Trail going to Grimmel Glacier and Lake. And this is Swift Current Lake. And in the distance you can see Many Glaciers Lodge. It's a wonderful lodge. And this is Lake Josephine, where the boat is. And here's Jeremy hiking on the trail at Grimmel Trail. Oh, the scenes were just looked like something out of Switzerland. Of course, I've never been there to Switzerland, but I can imagine. Look how beautiful the water is in the boat. We got to the end of Lake Josephine and began to thunder, and we found a shelter just when it started to rain. But that's a trail we went on to the end of Lake Josephine. We were on our way to Grimmel Lake, Grimmel Glacier. We'd like to go there some other year. But here I am hiking, and even though I have a cane, I can hike quite a bit. Thank God. Jeremy took more pictures of me hiking on the trail there. Look at all the flowers. Time of year. Anyway, it's very refreshing up there. It wasn't crowded at all. Be surprised. You go on the trails in these national parks, and that's just the perfect place to be because you don't see all the tourists. They're usually clumped up together. Here we are. Saw a beautiful rainbow at Two Medicine Lake, near Two Medicine Lake at the pass right above. And here is Running Eagle Falls. It's sacred to the Blackfoot Indians. And a couple from Clinton, Arkansas took our picture at Running Eagle Falls. Look at the water comes right out of the mountain there, out of the rock. And here's East Glacier Lodge. That's where the Amtrak train stops, picks up passengers, drops them off, and you can ride the Empire Builder all the way to Chicago or Seattle, back and forth. Here we are back on the going to the Sun Road, and Jeremy's taking a picture. Look how narrow the road is, in the valley below, beautiful, and the mountains up behind. You know, the snow-capped mountains. Jeremy loves driving that road. I guess so. It's so unique. And there's more of Bird Woman Falls, named after the Indians named it. I don't know what. Anyway, Hidden Lake Trailhead. That's at the Logan Pass. We didn't go all the way because it was still snowpacked, but it would have been worth the hike. And here we are, Logan Peak at Logan Pass. Look at the flowers and the snow. The elevation is only 16,800 up there. It's not that high, but um, anyway, here's St. Mary's Lake. The reason it's so cold at Logan Pass is because it's close to Canada. It's far north, and there are so many mountains surrounding it. St. Mary's Lake is beautiful. That's on the dry side, on the eastern slope. A picture was taken of me and Jeremy by college kids from Chicago. Here's Jeremy down below at St. Mary's Lake. And here's a scene from Going to the Sun Road. Do you see Going to the Sun Road on the left? See that little car up there? If you don't like heights, you don't like that road. Anyway, more Logan Pass, Logan Peak, hiking up to Hidden Valley, Hidden Lake. Anyway, a lot of people made it. The young at heart. More pictures of Logan Peak. And here's my favorite mountain, Chief Mountain. Chief